That's truth. It will set you free. You are in a battle for truth. I wonder what lies are keeping you depressed. I wonder what lies are keeping you anxious. I wonder what lies are keeping you enslaved. He says, some will depart from the faith in the latter times by devoting themselves to deceitful spirits, and look at this word, and teachings of demons. Did you ever think about the fact that Satan has a list of doctrines? We talk about church doctrine, biblical doctrine. You ever think about the fact that Satan has doctrines? Satan repeats these doctrines into our children's minds and hearts, into your mind and heart. You're depressed. You're depressed. You're anxious. You're bad. You're hopeless. Nobody loves you. You'll never accomplish. You'll never get. You'll never have a baby. You'll never retire. You'll never get to that point. Everybody thinks this about you. I mean, these are just doctrines of demons. And then there's a whole host of them. We could go on and on about that, but this is why people are confused, because the devil is very active in speaking and lying and confusing people with doctrines that he has repeated to his lieutenants and his majors and his captains in his demonic army to speak into your life. It is organized chaos. Write this down. Fact, I am in a battle over truth. We always talk about the spiritual battle, but what is the spiritual battle over? What's the ground? Every great battle has a ground to fight for. In the Revolutionary War, the ground was this ground. In World War I, the ground was the philosophies of East versus West, and thank God West won. In the Second World War, it was a battle over Europe. But now we've always been in a battle over truth. We put that up on the screen. In fact, I am in a battle over truth. And the devil wants to rob me and my family of truth. And this is what if you want to fight the right battle, know what the battle is for. Because some of you think, I'm in a battle for my happiness. No. You're not in a battle for your happiness, you're in a battle for truth. Because if you know truth, it will make you happy. Got it? I'm in a battle with this addiction. No, you're in a battle for truth. And the reason why you keep going into that addiction is because you have believed a lie that you need that to cope or to get through the day. You need a coping mechanism. That's why you keep going back to that destructive habit. And it's not the habit that's the problem. It's the lie that you believe that leads you back to the habit. So I'm in a battle for my marriage. No, you're in a battle for truth. You need to see your spouse the way God sees your spouse. You can't see your spouse the way your sister who's been divorced 3 times sees your spouse. You can't see your children the way the world sees your children. You can't see your coworkers the way they see themselves, or even you might want to see them. You need to see people the way God sees them. That's truth. It will set you free. You are in a battle for truth. I wonder what lies are keeping you depressed. I wonder what lies are keeping you anxious. I wonder what lies are keeping you enslaved. And you need to get a hold of the truth so that the truth can set you free from all of the confusion that the devil wants to load up on your heart. Good news, you are not without weapons. You are not powerless against this enemy. You've got something going for you. You've got the Holy Spirit. But Ephesians chapter 5, Paul says it. Look carefully. We just read it. How you walk. This is not a flippant endeavor. Another version of that verse says, look circumspectly. Be careful. It doesn't say be safe. It says be careful. It's not safe, but you can be careful. How you walk, not as unwise, but as wise, making the best use of the time. The days are evil. Well, you wake up tomorrow and you're like, oh, is it really already here? Morning, really? Why is it always like this? Because the days are evil. Therefore, do not be foolish, but understand what the will of the Lord is. Don't get drunk with wine. Don't let intoxicants be the coping mechanism in the battle for truth. But be filled with the Spirit. And the word be filled in the Greek translation is in the present perfect, which means it's saying, keep on being filled with the Holy Spirit. I was filled with the Holy Spirit when I was 11 years old. Spoke in other tongues. Power of God came upon me like a lightning bolt right through my body. I couldn't believe it. Never experienced anything like that. Radically revolutionized my life. A year later, I felt called to be a preacher. Well, actually, I think it was 12 and then 13. I was called to be a preacher. The word of the Lord, the Spirit of the Lord came in me, and all I knew was I wanted the word of the Lord to come out of me. And that's what the Lord wants to do in you. Maybe not as a preacher, but he wants you to be anointed with wisdom through the Holy Spirit.